It's not a total lockdown, at least not yet.
Where are you coming from? Winnipeg?
You want to write down the time that they came through?
Straddling the Manitoba-Ontario border, Shoal Lake 40 First Nation is restricting access. Community members, suppliers, invited guests.
All right, you're good to go.
And emergency personnel only.
Just trying to keep everyone safe, and we don't want the sickness to get here.
How are things going?
Chief Vernon Redsky says it won't stop a virus, but he's hoping to slow its arrival.
We're trying to do our part.
This is going to be going on for a long time.
Right now, he's basically running the community from his truck, trying to prevent an outbreak.
What we'd be asking for is all the necessities that are required to stay safe.
It's not just Shoal Lake 40. Those concerns are being shared by First Nations and Indigenous communities across the country, where poverty, overcrowding, and lack of medical facilities are only adding to the danger right now.
We are going to be sending money.
Earlier this week, the Prime Minister announced $305 million for First Nations.
The biggest concerns are making sure that the resources that have been announced get out to them.
National Chief Perry Bellegarde says you only need to look back 10 years when H1N1 hit First Nations hard, especially remote northern communities.
There has to be a very strategic and focused strategy to make sure that those needs of those particular communities are met.
Like Bellegarde, Redsky's main concern is how quickly that aid money will funnel down. In the meantime, they're getting ready here.
If we have to do that to quarantine somebody, we can do that.
Making plans to use public buildings like the arena as care centers. Many here have already self-isolated.
If it weren't for people like that, I think we'd be lost.
Knowing they'll need more than a checkpoint to keep the curve flat here. Cameron McIntosh, CBC News, Shoal Lake 40 First Nation.